All right, kids, gather around. One story before bed. All right, here's the book. Jack and the Beanstalk. Once upon a time, there lived a poor widow and her son Jack. One day, Jack's mother told him to sell their only cow. Now wait, wouldn't it have been a better idea to somehow get a loan and then buy a bull? I mean, then you've got the beginning of something great if I know biology. Anyway, back to the book. Jack went to the market, and on the way he met a man who wanted to buy his cow. Jack asked, "What will you give me in return for my cow?" The man answered, "I will give you 5 magic beans." Jack took the magic beans and gave the man the cow. Wait a second. Magic? In what way? Do they dance? Because that's not very useful for Jack's struggling family. I mean, you barter a cow for magic beans and you don't even get the directions of how to use them or even ask what they do? Urgh. Sorry. But when he reached home, Jack's mother was very angry. No kidding. Don't you guys ever do anything so illogical? Okay, back to the story. She said, "You fool! He took away your cow and gave you some beans?" She threw the beans out the window. Jack was very sad and went to bed without dinner. The next day, when Jack woke up in the morning and looked out the window, he saw that a huge beanstalk had grown from his magic beans. He climbed up the beanstalk and reached a magic kingdom in the sky. Okay, so I'm just going to ignore the fact that clouds can't support the weight of buildings. There lived a giant and his wife. Jack went inside the house and found the giant's wife in the kitchen. Jack said, "Could you please give me something to eat? I am so hungry." The kind wife gave him bread and some milk. Huh. The giant's wife seemed nice. Now, is she normal sized? It says the giant's wife. Is she giant too? Just so many questions. Back to the book. Sorry, kids. While Jack was eating, the giant came home. The giant was very big and looked very fearsome. Why is it necessary to say the giant was very big? That's what giant means. Jack was terrified and went and hid inside. The giant cried, "Fee, fi, fo, fum. I smell the blood of an Englishman. Be he alive or be he dead, I'll grind his bones to make my bread." The wife said, "There is no boy in here." Okay, first clue something's up, Mr. Giant. You didn't say anything about a boy. Then she says, "There's no boy here." Figure it out. Is everything large on you but your brain? Back to the book. So the giant ate his food and went to his room. He took out his sack of gold coins, counted them, and kept them aside. Then he went to sleep. In the night, Jack crept out of his hiding place, took 1 sack of gold coins and climbed down the beanstalk. At home, he gave the coins to his mother. His mother was very happy, and they lived well for some time. Wait, his mother's okay with him stealing? My mom would have whooped me. And she asked nothing about this big, ugly beanstalk in the backyard? Later, Jack climbed the beanstalk and went to the giant's house again. Once again, Jack asked the giant's wife for food. This woman is a saint. She got robbed and feeds the thief when he comes back. Anywho, while he was eating, the giant returned. Jack leapt up in fright and went and hid under the bed. The giant cried, "Fee, fi, fo, fum, I smell the blood of an Englishman. Be he alive or be he dead, I'll grind his bones to make my bread." The wife said, "There is no boy here." The giant ate his food and went to his room. There he took out a hen. He shouted, "Lay!" And the hen laid a golden egg. When the giant fell asleep, Jack took the hen and climbed down the beanstalk. Jack's mother was very happy with him. Once again, horrible parenting, no moral guidance, but I digress. After some days, Jack once again climbed the beanstalk and went to the giant's castle. Wait, so the first time Jack gets gold coins and fails to invest them and they run out. Now he's got a goose that literally lays golden eggs and he still feels the need to steal? People, we're not dealing with a poor boy here. We're dealing with a kleptomaniac who needs to see a shrink. Now back to the ridiculous story. For the third time, Jack met the giant's wife and asked for some food. Once again, the giant's wife gave him bread and milk. Remember, she's a freaking saint. But while Jack was eating, the giant came home. "Fee, fi, fo, fum, I smell the blood of an Englishman. Be he alive or be he dead, I'll grind his bones to make my bread," cried the giant. "Don't be silly, there's no boy in here," said his wife. The giant had a magical harp that could play beautiful songs. While the giant slept, Jack took the harp and was about to leave. Suddenly, the magic harp cried, "Help, master, a boy is stealing me." The giant woke up and saw Jack with the harp. Furious, he ran after Jack, but Jack was too fast for him. He ran down the beanstalk and reached home. The giant followed him down. Jack quickly ran inside the house and fetched an axe. He began to chop the beanstalk. The giant fell and died. Jack and his mother were now very rich, and they lived happily ever after. Wait, so our hero in the story is a boy who's in a family with no economic sense. A boy who is a serial thief, not to mention a kidnapper of talking instruments and a murderer of giants, all while taking advantage of the nicest spouse of a giant in the history of stories. Plus, the moral of the story is only if you're rich can you be happy? Why do we tell kids these stories? Anyway, kids, good night. Tomorrow, I'll read you a story about a blonde girl who breaks into the home of a peaceful family of bears just to eat their food.